We are the largest independent insulator in the state of Virginia. We're the largest independent insulator in the state of Maryland and the largest in the state of Delaware. We handle every product known to man. And, we have many foam products. We have fiberglass, we have cellulose, we have injection foam. You name it, we have it. When we come into a home, we don't have an agenda. We come in and we look at what the home requires to fix it, and we use the appropriate materials. This home had a myriad of things, starting in the basement, the band joist area, which is the area above the ceiling level between the ceiling and the subfloor of the first floor around the perimeter of the home. That's a major area for what we call leakage, which is air infiltration coming in that area as it exits the attic and areas higher up in the building. One area that we're doing is the cantilevered front of the house. If you'll notice, the top floor extends out beyond the exterior walls below. That means cold air runs in the winter months underneath that cantilevered section. So the floor and the wall over top of that cantilever becomes very cold. As we disassemble that assembly now, you can actually look from the front of the house all the way through the floor assembly to the back of the house. We're going to block that, seal it, no more cold air running under their feet. From there, they have a TV area, which is on the gable end of the house, which is a side wall of the house. That's their major TV viewing area. They sit with their backs to a wall that's virtually uninsulated, and they freeze to death. They tell me how uncomfortable it is. What we'll be doing in there is pulling the walls off and spraying Corbon foam, John Mansville product, on the walls. In the attic, that's a whole new story. We went into the attic, and as you can see now, we're vacuuming the existing insulation out. Didn't have a whole lot to begin with, but it was about 4 inches of fiberglass. We're pulling that out. Then we have our foam truck will go in and put a 1-inch layer of Corbond again, which is a closed cell foam, over the entire attic, sealing every crack and crevice up through the ceiling. All the leak points in there will be sealed. So hopefully the air in the living space will not make it into the attic. Then we're going to blow over top of that with an R49 fiberglass insulation. If you notice, I'm wearing a BPI certification for building analyst and envelope professional. Why that is so important today in today's environment is people are talking greenhouses, green improvements, green products. There are so many people out there selling them, many of them without credentials. BPI is the largest, to my knowledge, and certainly the best, to my knowledge, credentialing organization in the country. They give you strenuous testing and a lot of training, and when they certify you, you're able to come in and do an audit, identify the problems in the house, and then follow their very strict standards. What they're going to experience, and this is true of any home where you go in and make these kinds of improvements, the first thing you do is improve the energy efficiency, comfort, and indoor air quality. All three of those things go hand in hand. You fix one of them, you pretty much have taken care of the other two. Mr. Colbert tells me this house is comfortable now, cool. Inside there's a measurable difference. From the diagnostic side, we've removed we collectively as a team, everybody that worked on this house, 54% of the leakage of conditioned air out of this house. That's heating and air conditioning that previously went out of the house is now contained in the house and not lost to the atmosphere. The humidity level is good. It's not clammy. It's very, very comfortable. That's the first thing we noticed when we stepped in the house this morning. That outside wall was constructed with mirrors to the inside with paneling and no sheetrock there. So it was a very delicate situation. That received a foam, Corbon foam from John Manville. The important part of that is that the Colberts sit with their back right to that wall. That's their TV viewing area. So doing the house without addressing that wall would not have been productive. The important thing for any house that's built with that's cantilevered, where the second floor extends out over the exterior walls, anytime you have air moving under the floor assembly, it will get into the floor assembly, and the way homes are constructed basically is that once you remove the underside of this, you can look all the way through the house. So when air gets in there, it runs between floors. That's between the ceiling on the floor below and the floor above, all the way across the house. So that's cold air, brings in hot air in the summer. And what we did was go in there, put blockers across, completely sealed that area off, foamed it once again with the Corbon product, and now it's airtight. The most critical points in every house out there is to seal in the attic the top plates and all penetrations. Anything that makes a penetration into the ceiling or the floor of the attic. We do that by moving the existing insulation. In this case, it was all sucked out and not in very good condition. So we put a 1-inch air seal across the entire attic, every penetration sealed. Then we blew in John's Manville, the foam also, the Corbon product, again, very good product. We blew in in addition, the fiberglass over it, and we end up with an R49 R value in there, as well as being completely air sealed. That was critical, and you have to realize that for every cubic foot of air that goes out of that attic, leaks out, one comes in from a lower level. So we went down to the basement and sealed the band joist area, which is the area between the basement and the first floor on the exterior walls. So by sealing those two areas, you probably take 75% of your air leakage out of your house. Now you're getting indoor air quality that is good. The air is being filtered, it's being dehumidified. You're no longer pulling in outside air that has particulates, pollutants. If you have allergies, that they will really recognize a different air quality in there than they've experienced before.